Hey everybody, Dr. Leigh here, and I wanted to come on as another kind of recap from the video I did the other day. One of the things I was talking about is how sugar can really steal holiday from the season, steal joy from the season. But one of the things that I get as questions from patients all the time, or people email me and ask me is, well, what about, a sweet treat, or what about holiday desserts? And I understand. I'm not trying to say that my family and I, we keep deprived and things like that. Again, the holidays are a time of year where we have a tendency to just basically go off track for months at a time. But the reality is the holidays are just a couple days. But one of the things I like to do is try to find alternatives to the sweetness that still tastes good. I know my family has been surprised. I've made them black bean cupcakes a couple times. If you've never had those, they're really good. They taste just like chocolate cupcakes. But there's a lot of great products out there now that really can make baking easy. So maybe you're not a great baker, you like to use box things and so forth. That's awesome. There's a lot of great things out there that you can try. So I just wanted to show you some of the things I use at my house, so you can look for them. There's also great option so far. The other option that I just found is, this is a brand called Simple Mills. I found this at a ice cream store by my house, which I really like, called Delights, because they have vegan ice cream. They also have ice cream sweetened with chicory root, and so we do have a tendency to go there for our sweets. But this Simple Mills, if you're on the keto plan, it talks about how much sugar is in here and how many carbs and so forth. But this is a great alternative to traditional cake mix and so forth. But if we're talking about sweeteners, coconut sugar is always an option. I think if you followed me before, I told you I do order a lot of a lot of my snacky foods from a company called Thrive that you can see on here, and I ordered this from them. But coconut sugar, now this is not if you are trying to lose weight and so forth. Coconut sugar does affect the glycemic index, but it is a healthier sugar. So this is something to try. It's 1-to-1 mixing with like sugar if that's your regular recipe. The other thing I like to use is Swerve. They also have this one I just picked these out of my pantry because we do some baking here. But this is granular sugar. So again, this is 1-to-1 with sugar. They also have a confectioner sugar, which is awesome. So again, at this time of year, there's confectioner sugar on lots of different things. Right here, this Simple Mills makes a frosting. I think frosting is really, really easy to make. I wanted to try this because a couple patients had asked me about it, but this is made with coconut oil. So one of the biggest things that you'll see in packaged frosting is that it's loaded with bad fats. So you got to watch out for that. Some of the bad fats are going to be canola oil or vegetable oil, and that's what's kind of keeping it able to be on the shelf for so long. But this is an alternative. I think that I personally like chocolate frosting. If you didn't know that, I'm a chocolate girl. One of the things that I like to use is I just take cocoa powder, honey, and then a little bit of coconut milk or cream, and if you mix that together, you pretty much get chocolate frosting. It's super easy to do. You just want to sift the cocoa powder so there's no lumps and so forth, but that's one of the things I use on my black bean cupcakes. But it's also great for any kind of toppings or frostings or so forth. That being said, if you like chocolate chips and if you're going to make cookies, there's lots of recipes on the Max Living website. There's also lots of recipes on a few blogs that I follow. One of them is Chocolate Covered Katie, and I kind of just also use a lot of different things. I'll Google paleo cookies or keto cookies, and there's a lot of great recipes out there. But I love Lily's dark chocolate chips. Again, these don't have any sugar in them. So these are a great alternative to traditional chocolate chips that are loaded with sugar. Check the ingredients when you buy a bag of chocolate chips. It's amazing how much sugar is in those. They make these in chocolate bars, and you can just chop them up. Whole Foods, Richards, all of them usually carry these. Whole Foods has a tendency to have the chocolate chips all year long. I find some of the other health food stores only have the chocolate chips themselves during the holidays. Otherwise, they just have the bars. The bars you can just chop up. I do that often, and I keep those on hand for my sweet treat. And then last but not least, so we like to do some breakfast baking. If you haven't seen my recipe for muffins that I make often, one of the things that goes into baking at this time of year is often dried fruits. Now, dried fruits usually have sugar on them. This brand of dried fruit is sweetened with apple juice. So that's something to check for. This brand is called Patience. I did get this from Thrive as well. And cranberries are the big one. Cranberries are popular at this time of year, but usually they have tons of sugar on them. So watch out for that. Try to look and check the labels. Again, you're looking at the ingredient section on the label, not the nutritional content section, which is this big section over here. You just want to see if there's added sugar. You don't want added sugar into your fruits and so forth. So I just wanted to come on here. One of the things I'll post in the comments is we already did some holiday baking with one of my friends, and my son really enjoyed that. So I'll post a recipe that we used for the sugar cookies that we made, or the not so sugary cookies that we made, and the little frostings that we did. And I'll also post some links on how you can find some healthy dessert recipes. If you have questions about any of the products that I showed you, or any ways to make some of the recipes that you love healthy, please reach out to me, send me a message. And if you're not signed up for my email list, I send emails every single week to people about different ways to stay healthy, also what kind of events we have going on in our office, so you can be engaged and participate in what's going on. So again, I'm Dr. Leigh Sierra. You can sign up for my emails online or right here on Facebook. Have a great day.